So greetings everyone. Today we have a Ford Figo in our workshop that has come for misfail or misfire diagnosis. As you see, we have connected the breakout box to the DLC connector, and then to the DLC box we have connected our scanner. And then now let's see or verify the customer's complaint. The engine is missing severely, so I have removed everything what all needs to be removed in order to check that. So prior to shooting this video I have seen that, and then I wanted to show you clearly. That's the reason why I have removed the intake, and then I am showing you the video or the footage. And now as you see, the EGR pipe has been removed from the intake, and the intake itself has been removed as well. And let us start the vehicle and see what it sounds like. So with me I have my other technician, Adilakshmi. Today I'm teaching her. So the vehicle is started now, and you see the vibrations on the fuel filter. And then also if you observe clearly, you will find vibrations on the fuel filter as well. So I'm trying to show my technician Adilakshmi as to what it means and how we can detect a misfire. So as you can see in the video, the fuel filter itself is vibrating clearly. And now I start removing or disconnecting the injectors one by one. So with this first one or the fourth one disconnected, the engine started to vibrate more severely. So that's an indication that the injector is working. And now I try to remove the third one, which shows no difference at all. So now I try the second one, and as you can see, it is a little bit tight, and then when I pulled it, the engine actually stalled. That's a clear indication that that particular injector is working well. And now let me try the third one again. For Ford car, the numbering starts from transmission side. So the first one on the transmission side is number 1 cylinder. As I'm showing you, now I'm removing the second injector, and as you see, when I removed it briefly or disconnected the injector briefly, the engine almost stalled. And now I'm removing the first one, and as you can see, there's no difference at all. That's a clear indication that that particular injector has failed. And also now I have removed the third one as well. So the first and third one are the two missing cylinders we have in this engine for this car. So actually I will be able to show you. I have taken a picture of the screenshot of the scanner as well, showing the codes, but I could not get them clearly. Now with the two injectors removed or disconnected completely, let us see if we can start the car. Oh yeah, the car started with the same vibration. So now this particular car engine is working on the 2 cylinders out of 4. So even though the disconnected cylinders are connected again, or the disconnected injectors are connected again, we see no difference in the revolutions per minute of the engine. That's a clear indication that the 2 injectors have failed. So yeah, this is the screenshot of the scanner. So I have got a code on injector number 3, shorted or open, but it did not show anything regarding the injector 1. But obviously, as you have seen, the first injector has failed as well. Now in this video I am trying to teach Adilakshmi as well, so please bear with me. Now she is removing all the connecting parts to the injectors, like fuel high pressure fuel pipes from the fuel rail to the injector. both onto the injector, at the injector, and also at the fuel rail as well. So it's a very tight space that we have, and we always have to take our time and do them very carefully, because those are high pressure pipes, and if they are bent or kinked, then it's going to be a problem. And then using the socket, I think it's a number 12 socket, she is removing the clamp that is holding the injector onto place onto the head of the engine, and then we're trying to disconnect the other pipes as well, so that the injector holder will be easily removed, can be easily removed. So as you see, the injector pipe from the rail has been removed, and then the pipe itself is removed out of the engine. Yes, so she is holding the pipe, you can see that. And then I just wanted to fast forward it so that we will not waste time showing you as to how we can remove it. And this is the holder of the injector. So as you have seen, one injector, its holder and the injector pipeline has been removed. So similarly, using number 12 spanner on the injector, we can just keep twisting the injector and then pull it off. So with one hand we need to wiggle the injector left to right, and then with the other hand just try to pull it away from the engine, and then it comes off. And sometimes it binds to the engine, and then we need to spray some rust off or a brake oil and leave it for some time, and then try to remove it. And if it is still hard, we need to use an injector puller. So these are the 4 injectors that have been removed with all the 4 connecting pipes to the common rail, and also the injector holders. As you can see, we have removed them all. And then now all we need to do is give the injectors to the pump shop, or the fuel rail repairing shop, fuel rail and pump repair shop. They will repair the injectors that are shorted, and then recalibrate them and give them back to us. So these are the 4 injectors that we got back from the pump house. We have fixed those injectors onto the car. Actually, Adilakshmi has fixed those injectors onto the car. She has done this work herself. I told her as to what has to be done, and she has successfully done that on her own. And before we do anything, we need to prime the fuel, and then we have to bleed the system as well by cranking the engine without the injectors being connected, or the injector circuit being connected. And I have done that, and now I have connected the injectors, and then we try to crank. It takes a little while before it starts, and of course, as you can observe, the battery looks slow. So I have given a jump starter, and now I am trying to start it again. So as you can hear it, it's trying to pick it up, and you can see the revolutions per minute on the scanner as well. So it takes a little while before it finally starts. It's attempting to start now, and then now I guess it started. Yes, so the engine has started. So whatever little bit of air that is left is removed now. Now the engine has started. So now all the 4 injectors are working. So we just found some leak in the fuel return pipes. So we will sort them out. We will fix them with new ones. And now you can see the 4 injectors being connected. And I have not connected the intake manifold as yet, but as you can see, the car starts normally, and we do not find any vibrations as we have seen earlier. So now all the injectors are firing, and as you can see on the scanner, we see the revolutions per minute on the car as well. And then I just wanted to show the lights on the dashboard as well, indicating there is no DTC. So the malfunction indicator lamp is also not lit, and the vehicle starts instantaneously, no problem. as you see, the RPM needle is around 700 to 800 RPM, and we do not see any malfunction indicator lamp on. So on the scanner also, when we retrieve the DTCs, we get there is no DTC message as well. So everything is perfect, and the work has been done. And thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe to our channel. If you have liked this video, do share it with your friends as well. Thanks again, and you have a good day.